mental?
The nest is 2 kilobytes.
2 kilobytes? Wow. 2 kilobytes. That's so two. You have I think you have 4 gigabytes of RAM on your computer. How do you convert it to kilobytes? So let's see, 4 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes equals how many kilobytes? That's for 1, 2, 3. Because we're going from kilo to mega. 1, 2, 3. Going from mega to giga. And then 1, 2, 3. 4 to going from nothing to kilo. Okay, so this is from going to 0 to kilobytes, and this is from going to kilobytes to megabytes, and this is from going to kilobytes to megabytes, and this is gigabytes. So in '86 or whatever, the Nintendo had 2 kilobytes of RAM, and now today you have 4 billion, not halabytes, 4 billion gigabytes. I'm sorry, 4 billion kilobytes. 4 billion kilobytes. That's hella. Alright, so questions about any of this? I want to make sure that folks are understanding this, because it took me a long time to get this lesson together, but I've been honing it. Yeah? Alright. So, yep.
So when we start, now I have 64 kilobytes. I mean, I'm not megabytes. I'm 64 bytes, right?
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah.
Right now we're using 64 bytes. I'm saying right now.
Right now we're using 64 bits.
System bits. When we start using 136 bits.
136. That's not ever going to happen, because it has to be in powers of 8.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, it would be 128, because that's after 128 comes after what? Okay, so let me get these newer. Can you hold that question? I want you to say it though. All right, Henry, what did you find out?
Did you guys get Super Nintendo yet?
What did you get?
The RAM I got 128 kilobytes.
In the what?
In the Super Nintendo.
In the Super Nintendo is
The RAM.
128
kilobytes.
Kilobytes of RAM.
Yeah.
I'm a little mad.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was running on 64 and
Wow, 64. You should be personally embarrassed. 64 kilobytes. Oh no, kilobytes. Notice the uppercase B, right? Uppercase B. What was the NES? It was 4? 4 kilobytes RAM. What do we have for other folks? PlayStation? The PlayStation was 1 megabyte. So the PlayStation was 1 megabyte of RAM. Big time. They were like, oh, we have 1,000 kilobytes. That's probably marketed at right. Any others that folks found in terms of how much RAM consoles?
The PS2 had...
PS2 64-bit, I'm assuming?
I think so. It has 32 megabytes.
32 megabytes for the PlayStation
2.
PS2
Yep.
had 32 megabytes?
Yep, address the RAM.
32 megabytes of RAM.
The Wii has 88 megabytes.
The Wii had 88. Is the Wii, what is it, 64-bit?
Actually, I couldn't find that.
Okay. I'm going to challenge you to find it. Any other consoles? Did you find?
The Xbox is 512 megabytes.
Oh, 512? So the PlayStation had... Oh, wait, no, but the Xbox was a competitor to the PlayStation 2, not the PlayStation 1, am I right?
Yeah.
So it's probably not 32-bit. It's probably 64-bit.
Whatever for PlayStation 1 was the Nintendo 64.
So the Xbox was 128 megabytes?
512.
512 megabytes. That's half of a what? What's 512 megabytes? You call that half of a gigabyte? Yeah. What are you going to say? What is it? Dreamcast 32-bit?
RAM was 16 megabytes.
16 megabytes. I'm showing you these so you can see the evolution of the technology that you use every day. Who here knows the specifications of their phone?
I do.
What is 1.9 gigahertz. These are all megahertz. Okay? So 1.9 gigahertz, you add 3 more zeros. Okay? And then we haven't even gotten to, when you get to third module, you'll come with me and we'll start talking about what comes next after this. We don't just keep going with adding a bigger system bus. No. We made it so that so this is all one processor with what we call one core. Okay? And each core is like one processor. Now we have dual core processors and quad core processors that can do each of these 2 times. If it's dual core, it'll do it twice. So you double it. Or if it's 4 core, you do it quadruple times. Yeah, so that's, the more things are processed in the shorter amount of time, the more awesome things can be. Like the more awesome your games can be, and the more awesome your graphics and the sound can all be. Right? So let me show you something quick about 64-bit and 32-bit operating systems, okay, and hardware, because we've been talking about 60, all of these 16 the system buses. We've actually been talking about both the hardware and the software. Okay? More importantly, right here, it's all about the hardware. This is all definitely, this is 8-bit hardware, this is 16-bit hardware, this is 32-bit hardware, this is 64-bit hardware. And all the software, like the games and the operating systems, they have to be designed to take advantage of the system bus, the hardware system bus. Okay? So a game for NES is an 8-bit game. Why? Because it has to be, because this is an 8-bit hardware. Okay? But when we get to 64-bit and 32-bit for computers, on a 64-bit computer, you can run any of these software. Any of these software. You can do 32-bit software, 16-bit, 8-bit. You can even do 2-bit. 2-bit is just 1 and 0. That's it. Yeah? What did I have? 10?
Oh, is that how they have emulators?
Exactly. All it does is emulate the hardware. It just pretends it's that hardware. Same for virtualization. Virtualization is an emulator. Actually, I need to stop here so you can do your quiz. Actually, you know what? Since I wanted to give you 15 minutes, so you're not gonna have 15 minutes. Do you guys rather do it after class?
After me going on lunch? Or after that?
No, after. Yeah, later today. Because I wanted to do it today. My timing was off. It's 10 questions. Do you guys think you can finish it in 12 minutes?
No, I can.
All right. So let's just finish it by 5. Okay? By 5 today. But don't cheat. Because this is really your stuff. You should all know this. I made it only so, based on what was